Hey guys, I'm well today. Did my round 6 preview of Chiefs versus Highlanders. So, starting off with the Chiefs, they had a bye week last week, so it meant that they were able to relax for once. And it's a blessing for them really because they've lost 4 games now within Super Rugby Aotearoa, and they're sitting bottom of the table, which is unlike them and kind of unexpected from the bookies and all that. So, yeah, they're surprising people with their, some would say, awful performances. That's kind of the best way I'll put it. And yeah, they need a change. They need somehow to change what they've done. They need something to kickstart their campaign and really get their first win within this competition. And Warren Gatlin, man, you gotta say something. He's gonna have to say something to this team, or else they will most likely sit at the bottom of the competition when it gets to the end. They're playing their game at in Hamilton, so they're at home, which is a blessing for them really because they'll have that home advantage. And yeah, they are, like I said again, they need a win. This is a must-win game. This is a must-win game for the Chiefs. They've selected at 1 Aiden Ross. At 2 they've gone with Bradley Slater. At 3 they've gone with Nepo Laulala. At 4 they've gone with Tupou Vaa'i. At 5 they've gone with Mitch Brown. At 6 they've gone with Lachlan Boshier. At 7 they've gone with Sam Kane, who's the captain of course. And at 8 they've gone with Gus. So yeah, it's a very good looking forward pack. I think they've only made really one change with Tupou Vaa'i. He was replacing Al Kui from a concussion he got over the weekend or within the bye week. I'm unsure about that. But yeah, other than that, they haven't made really any changes within their forward pack. I think probably the main thing I'll pick out within this forward pack is their loose forward trio with Boshier, Kane, and Gus. That's pretty dangerous. That's probably their most dangerous, the players they have within that. They must be critical within that breakdown. They have to be because they haven't, Sam Kane, don't get me wrong, he's done actually. I've been impressed by him within this competition, but Boshier hasn't been really the same since, he was amazing in the last Super Rugby season, but since Super Rugby Aotearoa, he hasn't really been himself. And Gus, to his credit, he's actually put up a few good performances. It's just the Chiefs were really unlucky. But yeah, other than that, they have a decent front row with the likes of Ross, Slater, and Laulala. It's unchanged, I think, and yeah, it seems that they've gone with Bradley Slater as the hooker to start, which is, I think is a better option for this game, particularly because Tokolahi, who's on the bench, he's more of an impact player. So yeah, I think that was a good decision there. So yeah, that's it for the forward pack. Moving on to the backs, they've selected at 9 they're going with Brad Weber. At 10 they're going with Caleb Trash. At 11 they're going with Solomon Alaimalo. At 12, they're going with Alex Nankivell. At 13, they're going with Anton Brown. At 14, they're going with Sean Manui. And at 15, they're going with Damien McKenzie. So yeah, it looks like a similar back line to what normally is. I think they've only made 2 changes within that back line from their previous match. With Caleb Trask starting this game, with Aaron Cruden put on the bench, hopefully to make an impact, as well as Alex Nankivell, who's at 12, and again they have Quintapea on the bench, so I'm guessing they're going for that second half impact, and yeah, we'll have to see if it pays off or not. But yeah, it's just good to see Anton Brown back in within that side. I don't think he played within the previous match, so yeah, to see him is all good because he's one of the best, I think arguably the best centre there is within rugby still. So yeah, to have him in your side is just going to make your side a lot better. So yeah, and yeah, Sean Manui, he's been putting a few good performances recently. He's proving, you could say, his critics wrong, and yeah, he's showing that he has what it takes to step up to the next level, you could say. Maybe all black call up, we'll have to wait and see if he continues his form maybe. And then yeah, McKenzie, what can you say? It's McKenzie really, he's been in great form within this competition. He's done well with his kicking as well. So yeah, just hope he keeps it up really. So yeah, moving on to the bench, like I've said before, they have Tokolahi, they have the likes of Carprick, Cruden, Quintapea. It's a decent bench. I'm not going to say it's the strongest bench I've seen, but they definitely have some impactful players who can make an impact within that second half. So yeah, moving on to the Highlanders, they've made, I think, a lot of changes to their side from their last game to, who did they play? They played my mind's going blank. I think they played the Hurricanes. They played the Hurricanes as well. That was the last match they played as well. And yeah, it seems like they haven't made really any changes within their front row. No, even though their whole forward pack, they haven't made any changes. But it's really between their backs where they've made some changes and they've switched some players around. So yeah, at number 1, they've selected Aiden Johnstone. At 2, they're going with Ash Dixon. At 3, they're going with Slade Tokolahi. At 4, they're going with Perry Parkinson. At 5, they're going with Jack Whetton. At 6, they're going with Frizell, the main man, you could say. At 7, they're going with Dylan Hunt. And at 8, they're going with Tudu. So yeah, it's a interesting forward pack, really. There's not much really to say about it, other than, I could say Dylan Hunt, he had a fingers in his eyes, if I remember, from the last game, and he got taken off, so, yeah, it just shows that he was cleared for all that. But yeah, Ash Dixon, of course, is the co-captain. But yeah, other than that, there's not really much to say about their forward pack, other than, their loose forward trio, like I always say, Frizell, Hunt, and Tudu is dangerous, and they're proving that, they can go another level, especially with Tudu. He's really been impressive, and someone that I would think the England Foster and the All Blacks are definitely looking into as a future prospect for them. So yeah, moving on to the backs, they've selected Aaron Smith, who's the other co-captain, number 9. At 10, they're going with Mitch Hunt. At 11, they're going with Scott Gregory. At 12, they're going with Tomkinson. At 13, they're going with Rob Thompson. At 14, they're going with Josh Mekay. And at 15, they're going with Michael Collins. So yeah, it's an interesting back line there. It's not normally what they go with, with the likes of Scott Gregory at 11. I think what they've done here is that with the introduction of Josh Mekay, he's very good, Josh Mekay. He's one of those players who has a lot of potential, but I haven't seen it yet. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he didn't really show it within the last rugby season. He only played a few games because, again, it's just the Highlanders. They're always switching their fullbacks and wingers because they're still unsure about who's guaranteed that spot. So he's played some games for them, but this will definitely be his debut game, you could say, within Super Rugby Aotearoa. So yeah, they've shifted Scott Gregory to the left wing, and they've put him in the right, Josh Mekay on the right. And yeah, other than that, I think it's the same side really for the starting lineup. So yeah, moving on to the bench, they've gone with, I'd say it's a strong bench. They have the likes of Coltman, Waits, they have Josh Waione, they have the likes of Nareki. It's a strong bench really. First of all, Josh Waione back into the side. That's probably the big one, with him. I don't even think I think would also make his debut if he came off the bench, because he withdrew from round 1 due to, what was it? He withdrew from round 1 for, I think it was a groin strain that he had. So yeah, no, it's good to see him back within the side, him and, yeah, it's interesting. I wonder what they're going to do with him, because will they just continuously switch Hunt and Josh Waione? Will they put Hunt as the 15, because they still haven't sorted that out yet? I'd say that's most likely what they should do, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see, because he still needs a bit of minutes before they can actually switch a bit. But yeah, Nareki is the first time he's on the bench, because I think he's started every single game since. But yeah, no, I'm guessing they want him to make more of an impact within the second half. So yeah, it looks like both sides are really going for that. It's the second half that really matters within this game. But yeah, other than that, I don't think there's anything else I can talk about involving the Highlanders. So, moving on to the prediction. This could, you could say this was a tough one, because it's not really these two teams in my eyes aren't really eyeing the number 1 spot within this competition. They're not aiming for the prize, you could say. And it looks like these two teams might come out between 5th or 4th within this competition. But yeah, the last time these two teams played was, of course, in Dunedin, when, do I have to remind you, when Bryn Gatlin had that drop kick in the 79th minute? Oh, it was crazy. That was a crazy game, but yeah, I think they won the game 28-27, so yeah, it was a great start to Super Rugby Aotearoa for that. But yeah, other than that, I think if I had to make a prediction for this, I'm going to back the Chiefs to get their first win of this competition. Hope they don't let me down. Well, but I'm going to say it'll be 25-17 to the Chiefs. Yeah, 25-17 to the Chiefs. That's my final prediction. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.